What's going on, my sensational sinners? Welcome to Sin Nation. I hope you guys have been staying out of trouble. Well, as for me, you know what they say, what's life without a little sin? Please do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel and become a sensational sinner. And today we are discussing one of the biggest sinners of them all. Yes, we are going to be discussing Christopher Watts again. Now, last week I dropped a video from the JCS Criminal Psychology Channel Part 1. And now we're going to be doing Part 2. And this Part 2 is going to be Chris Watts when he takes the polygraph test. And I'm not going to say the results because maybe some people have not seen, or is not familiar with the Chris Watts case. But if you know, you know. So let's get right on into it, you guys. Like I said, it come from the JCS channel. Shout out to them for the content. And on this channel, when we react, we drink wine, or I drink wine. You guys can drink your water, your Coke, your gin, your tequila, whatever you want. But let's sit back, relax, and let's get into the content, y'all. Okay, so Part 1 and Part 2 continues exactly where we left off at Part 1, where he's in the interrogation, he's staring at the pictures of the kids, and he's pretty much pretending the whole way. He really does not care at all. He's looking at the kids, he's telling stories about the kids, and whatever Chris needs to do to sell it, that's what he's doing.
I gotta find them, right? I need your help.
And he's saying, I gotta find them, right? What you mean? These your kids. Who else? What you mean? Yeah, you gotta find them. And I like that the clock is ticking in the background. It definitely adds the suspense.
Well, we find the guy who took him. What do you think we should do?
This is what is known as a behavior-provoking question. An innocent person will usually give what is known as a draconian response. They will immediately respond with the harshest sentence possible for the crime they are falsely being accused of committing. A deceptive individual will often give an equivocating response. This means that they will fragmentize and divert from the question to a certain degree, as a means to avoid responding to the query in its entirety.
They're gonna come home safe, correct?
I like that. I like that he just asked Chris, when we find the person that kidnapped your family, what do you want us to do? And he says they're going to come home safe, correct? It's like, boy, I'm cutting the subtitles.
When we find the guy, they're gonna come home. Life in prison would be that's what I would think for 2 kids that are involved. What if he hurt them? I'm not sure if that penalty is even used. Is it used in Colorado? I'm not even sure what is the death penalty. Okay. If these kids are not.
Now he's saying the death penalty. So Chris wants to give the death penalty, and he says he's not even sure if they do the death penalty in Colorado. Well, he definitely should have Googled that before he did what he did. And now he's detaching from the victims. He said if these kids are not alive, who says that about their kids? You would say if my kids are not alive, not if these kids. See, that detective knows something is up with him. Who referred to their kids if these kids?
There's nothing you could do to cope with that, to make me cope with that.
It's nothing that you can do to make him cope with it. Well, you show coping very nicely right now.
Those kids are not okay. Can we keep talking about some complicated things? Sure. Some things that are going to make you uncomfortable? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. You've done very good in talking to me about this really hard conversation you guys had. Okay? Very good. That's sometimes hard. And
I love that. The police know what's up. He's telling Chris, you've done very good. Very good. He know that Chris is pretending.
And why sometimes someone in your position says, doesn't want to tell me about that. Because please go help me find my kids, and you don't need to know about my marriage argument, okay? So I got to say, you've done very good at that. and I need you to keep doing that. So I need to ask you about your marriage and infidelity.
Okay.
Okay, tell me about it.
I have never cheated on my wife.
Okay.
And if you guys are familiar with the Chris Watts case, he is lying because he is actively at this moment in this interrogation involved in an affair with Nicole Kessinger. So he's lying through his teeth about not cheating on his pregnant wife.
Fully suspect she has never done that to me.
Oh, okay.
The interrogator was already aware that Chris was cheating on his wife with a woman by the name of Nicole Kessinger. He had handed over his phone earlier on this interview for what he thought was for the purpose of going through his and his wife's mutual contacts to look for potential suspects. Judging by Chris's bold-faced denial, it's safe to assume he deleted all of his correspondence with Nicole beforehand. Yet he was most likely unaware that the FBI have programs that can recover every single piece of digital exchange sent from a device, even long after it's deleted.
Highly trained investigator over here, right? I see pictures of you from a few years ago, and I see you standing before me now. Okay, you've gotten pretty fit. Okay. You can imagine when guys start cheating or want to cheat, that's what happens.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
I did not cheat on my wife.
Okay. What do I do to help you walk out of this room and not look like the person who's responsible?
You have to trust me. I had nothing to do with this act of like evil cruelty, whatever has happened here.
And see, they just wrote up here that the detective never even said nothing about an act. Now he's saying he have nothing to do with an act of evil cruelty. So far, your wife just took off with the kids. What act of evil cruelty are you talking about? Your wife just took off with the kids and left. So why would you have something to do with the act? So it say that, like I said, the detective never even mentioned violence, but Chris did.
Because my love for these two girls and my wife, like, I don't want anything to happen to them. I've never wanted anything to happen to them. No matter if me and my wife separate or not, or divorce or anything, I never wish harm on anybody, on a human being in general.
Okay.
Like, just seeing that picture, like, I want them just to run through that front door and just grab me, or just tackle me.
This man Chris is such a, oh my God, he's such a clown. He's such a character. Like I said, they have people that really should have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for the best actor, actresses. They could have been anything. He could have used his special acting skills for good, but yet he uses it for evil. He's sitting in here and he's like, I just want them to come through the door and just hug me and grab me. It's like, really? After you grabbed them and did what you did to him a few hours ago? Okay.
Knock me to the floor, bust my head up, I don't care.
Oh my God. Listen, I've never seen this. This man say, come through the door, put me to the floor and bust my head. Oh my gosh. Why is he using those sorts of words? He said he want his kids to come home so bad. He want those kids, mind you, those kids not even big enough to put you on the floor and bust your head open. He just say the stupidest stuff. He don't know what to say, do we?
The amount of love I have for my family is exponential, and it's never going to die. If they need, I want them.
For this, I cannot believe the wording this man is using. This man is a complete monster. This man said the love that he had for his family. I don't mean to keep pausing it, y'all, but just seeing him and the words that he's saying, and this man is really, Chris is really trying to sell this. He said the love he has for his family is exponential. I don't even know how to say the word, but the nerve of him to use a big word, and he's such a bonehead. This man said that love will never die. He used the word die.
Okay.
I have to have them back.
When you walk out of this room, there's nothing I can say to a room full of police officers that's going to convince them that you have nothing to do with this. You know what they think.
I know all that. Yeah.
Here's a guy who didn't call 911, who woke his wife up at a ridiculous hour because he was so guilty about something that he had to get it off his chest and say, I don't love you anymore, I'm leaving you.
Yep.
That didn't go well. Okay, so what happened?
She told me she wanted me to wake her up before I left. That's why I didn't just wake her up, like, just to tell her this. Like, I woke her up. That's what she wanted to do, and we talked. Like, usually at 4 a.m., I wake up, I go down and work out. This day, I wanted to talk to her about this.
Okay, now you're saying, and see, that's when the lies don't make sense. This detective just said what I said in my previous video, part 1. Y'all, please check that out. It doesn't make sense that you have a pregnant wife that just got in off of a trip. And it's like literally, she didn't make it home till like after midnight. She's pregnant, she's tired, and the kids are sleeping. And you're waking her up at that time to discuss a separation. He now all of a sudden, when the police confront him about that, now she wanted him to wake her up. He've never mentioned that before. Then you said that she wanted you to wake her up, but now he just said right now, as you can see up here with the writing, this day I wanted to talk to her about this. So which one is it? Because you went from you wanted to talk to her, now when the police call you on, that don't make sense why you will wake her up at 4-5 o'clock in the morning to discuss this. Now then she wanted you to wake her up, and now you go back to you wanted to talk about it. Which lie is it? Pause technique. Chris, he's being caught, and he's going from, it's like you're lying. Which one is it? And now they're doing the pause technique. And look at the detective. He's not buying it, and he gazes at the photos of those kids. What would Chris say? Yeah, those kids, which is Bella and Cece. And rest in peace to Bella, Cece, Shanann, and baby Nico. Okay, you guys deserved better than that piece of trash head that you guys had.
I love these girls. I love these girls so much. And this picture right here, Celeste and Bella, those are my life. I helped make those kids.
I helped make those kids.
There's nothing in my life that means more to me than these kids. Nothing. Kids, that's...
Nicole meant more. Your mistress Nicole did.
Your life. That's your lifeline. That means more to me than these kids. Nothing. Kids, that's your life. That's your lifeline. That's everything. Like, you make kids, they come first before anything. Kids, spouse, family. That's what it's always been.
That's funny he says that. Kids are your lifeline, but you took the lifeline away, Christopher. And then you said the order is, what he said, wife, kids, or did he say kids, spouse? It doesn't matter. Nicole went before any of it. It was mistress, kids, spouse. The order is incorrect. And to be honest, his family came before the kids and the spouse. Okay? Chris always worried about his mother's opinion and what she thought.
Nothing you've told me tonight makes sense. Nothing you've told me tonight feels like the truth. Can we start over? Sure. Tonight's been pretty intense, I can imagine. How are you feeling?
I slept like 2 hours last night, so I'm like running on empty right now. But
I can see it. So why don't I do this? I'm sure you don't mind if we take a break for the night. And I'm sure that you are feeling some of the pressure from me. Okay? I'm going to commit to you that we're not going to stop working until we find them. Okay?
Period.
And I want to commit to you that there is going to come a time when you're going to feel this pressure from other people. I'm not the only one who thinks that there's a possibility you have something to do with this.
Like another FBI agent, like.
Oh my gosh. Listen. I ain't never seen like this part of the interrogation before. This detective is not playing with him. This detective just pretty much told Chris that he thinks he has something to do with it. That is crazy. He is bold.
Like this, like
Everyone.
okay,
Everyone, Chris.
okay.
The interrogator is clearly receptive to Chris's anxiety and endeavors to amplify this emotion before ending the interview. He wants to inflate Chris's apprehension as much as possible for the looming polygraph test that approaches the following day.
Tonight when you go home, one of two things is going to happen. You're going to pass out because you're so tired, okay? And that's probably not going to be what happens. Your head's going to go racing, okay? So tonight when you lay down and your head starts racing, there's going to be things that come to your mind, okay? This always happens, always. It's very natural. You're going to say, I wonder why he asked me that, okay? You're going to say, screw him, how dare he accuse me, okay? You're going to say, I wonder if they thought of this, okay? And then you're going to say, I probably should have told him something, or this or that, okay? Those are the most common things. When those thoughts come to your head, I want you to call me. And those are beautiful kids. Those kids have a good dad, and I know it.
Get a picture of someone for him.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The detective said those kids have a good dad. I know it. And this boy said you should see the picture that's on my phone. You see the picture every day and it still ain't stop you from doing what you did. He talking about the picture he got in his phone is a better one. Chris is a freaking lunatic, okay? And the police forgot to mention when he get home, he ain't gonna go to sleep. He gonna text and call that mistress and then he gonna go to sleep because he gonna make sure he reach out to her. Okay? Because my thing is, in my personal opinion, you went from one woman that you say was so bossy and controlling to another one. And if he would have left Chanel like he should have, like he wanted to, like a decent human being would be, you're not happy, get a divorce, and then you go off into the sunset with your mistress, guess what? That mistress would have controlled him like he say Chanel, quote unquote, controls him. Okay? Because I'm going to get into Nicole, but I've heard how she went to the house, had an emotional scene and all of that. Chris is just a man that's easily controlled in his words.
It's just, I'm sorry too.
Those kids have a good dad.
The following discourse from the officer could be construed as the reframing technique, where an interrogator will try and shift the suspect's view of themselves from negative to positive as a means to lightening the iniquity of their crimes and increasing the chances of a confession. However, this is more likely what is known as passive accusation, where the interrogator is almost certain of the suspect's guilt and indirectly accuses and in some manner indignifies the suspect. This is made evident by the high praises the officer gives to Chris for extremely trivial deeds.
A lot of dads don't get second pairs of clothes and cook eggs and give them snacks at night. You know, a lot of men, that's woman's work, right?
I like to get involved.
But you're not that kind of guy, okay? So can we say that tomorrow at 11 o'clock,
Yeah.
we can do a polygraph?
Here.
Here. I appreciate you coming in tonight. All right, give me a few minutes.
This is Tammy. Did you meet Tammy yesterday?
No, it's
okay.
you know, I always can.
Hi.
Grace, how are you?
Okay, so it said 11 a.m. the next day, y'all. He's at the police station for the polygraph test.
Sit on this?
Yep, I know. I'll explain what that is here in a little bit, but you don't have to worry. It's not on or anything right now. It's not gonna buzz you or anything. Obviously, you're probably nervous about taking today's test. Honestly, I would think something is wrong with you if you weren't nervous about coming in here to take a polygraph. Even if people are like, I don't have anything to hide, it is nerve-wracking. But I have faith in this.
Now, this is what's funny because Chris likes to pretend. He likes to do whatever he's told like a good puppy should. So she gets in there and she say, I know you're nervous about it. I would think something's wrong with you if you're not. And then he agrees then that he's nervous. But if she would have been like, are you nervous? before she said that, he would have been like, oh no, I don't feel nervous at all. And she'd be like, oh really? I would think a normal person is nervous. And he probably would have been like, oh yeah, I'm nervous. He does whatever he needs to, he does whatever he's told that needs to be done. Okay? He's like a robot.
Tons of polygraphs. Obviously, in my training, I went to 10 weeks for training. I've been a polygrapher for about 5 years. I went to the best school in the country. So I want you to have confidence in the fact that you had nothing to do with this disappearance. Like, we're going to find that out today. Okay? I have the best training that they offer in the United States. We use the most validated testing. That's the way I'm going to ask you the questions. So believe me, if you had nothing to do with this, I will be able to show them that today.
This is psychological pressure disguised as reassurance. It's not a routine procedure during the pre-test phase of a polygraph exam, yet this technique will be used when the suspect's guilt is almost conclusive. Polygraphs are not a foolproof system, and they can be beaten, but with a heightened state of anxiety, it becomes considerably more challenging and unlikely. On this occasion, the polygrapher distinctly applies this technique for maximal effect.
There's actually only 2 ways you can fail a polygraph, okay? The first way would be if you fail to follow my instructions. I'm going to give you a lot of instructions today about how to sit still, how to answer questions, things like that. So if you fail to follow those instructions, you will not pass today's test, okay? The second way would be if you choose to lie to me today. You know, if you did have something to do with their disappearance, it would be really stupid for you to come in and take a polygraph today. Exactly. Right? Like, it would be really dumb. Like, you should not be here right now sitting in this chair if you had anything to do with Shanann and the little girl's disappearance.
And once again, he's agreeing with her because that's what he does. He's an agreeable little boy. He's sitting there, exactly. But listen, guys, we are almost halfway through with the video. If you guys are still here, you guys are my people. Please do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel and become a Sensational Sinner. I appreciate the support, you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Okay.
Well, yeah, everything flourished from there. Like in 2011, I proposed to her over in Ocean Isle Beach. And she was sitting there crying with a little picture notice, and she recorded it. It was an amazing day just to see that. And then she left. I was there, like, she had a midwife for this one. So, like, they actually had me, like, all right, you can stand here and, like, you know, catch her. And, like, but Celeste came out, like, so fast that, like, I barely had a chance to go like this, and they moved me out of the way. She just, like, came out.
The polygrapher will also obtain the examinee's version of the facts regarding the specific issues under investigation.
Like, I was just hoping that I would get that knock on the door or a phone call or a text. I mean, her phone, they have her phone. Like, hopefully maybe it's a number I don't know. Hopefully it's like, you know, like a burner phone or some kind of like phone she bought, and she could just text me and call me like, hey, I'm okay. Something. Or just get a knock on the door.
And this is so stupid. Just seeing this part now, Chris just sitting up there and he's able to talk about proposing to Shanann and an eviction notice. I guess she was pregnant, and, you know, Shanann likes to just do things. You know, she likes to decorate her house. She likes to bake snacks. She likes to, you know, she's a crafty person. So when he said eviction notice, I'm guessing she probably gave the baby an eviction notice when she was pregnant, like, hey, it's time to go. He's talking about the birth of the babies, and he's able to talk about those great moments that the average person, they hold on to those moments on tough days. But instead, on tough days, Chris annihilates his family. But it's crazy how he's able to talk about that and then goes to a whole lie that he's making up about, oh, I wish you would have called me on a burner phone and all of this. His brain has to be studied, because it's just crazy to me how he's able to sit there and just fluently just talk about this. I think that's why up until this day, why this case is just, people can't get enough of it. They're always trying to learn something new about it, because it's just so scary how a person can be, quote unquote, normal, and just, how can you be the perfect, nobody has anything really bad to say about Chris, and he's done the worst thing of them all.
And then the kids just running. I miss, like, the kids, like, sitting at the dinner table and, like, having to tell them to eat their dinner. And, like, I miss them throwing their chicken nuggets at me. Like, I just want to find them. I want them to come home safe. Like, wherever they are, I hope they are safe. And I really hope they can just come home. It makes me feel like, all right, maybe somebody has her that's not keeping her safe. Or something terrible has happened. And that's the nightmare.
And what would that terrible thing be?
That somebody hurt them.
Chris recounts a brief summary of the events and states multiple vague possibilities for his family's disappearance. The polygrapher then starts to elect specific timelines for Chris to give his account on.
You said the next thing you know is her getting into bed with you. Is that right?
I felt her get in bed. We didn't say anything because I just kind of felt it.
Okay. Do you know if she was on her phone or like how any of that works?
I don't think she was on her phone.
Was she mad at all?
I mean, being crying like she was, crying like I was. I mean, she was upset, but I mean, it comes with that kind of conversation.
In the next moment,
Let me say something. If y'all believe Chris say crying like I was, crying like she was, I do not personally believe Chris was crying at all, because up until the TV interviews, the interrogation footage that I've seen so far, I have not seen a Chris shed a tear. So I do not believe that in the middle of the night with that conversation talking about separation that Chris dropped a tear, okay?
That kind of conversation.
in the next moments, you will see another subterfuge of psychological pressure, this time disguised as routine questioning procedure.
I know it's totally awful to think about, but what are ways, because I need to make sure that you know what I'm talking about, what are ways that you can make someone disappear?
I mean, like, if you talk about, like, what I've seen, like, on the movies, or, like, how people, if you read about other people, I mean, you hire somebody.
Like a hitman?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just being honest.
No, but that's what I want, because I want you to go through all of these scenarios in your head, because I want you to know for sure what I'm talking about when I say that, asking you if you physically caused her disappearance.
Okay, like you'd hire somebody, or you have somebody that would do it. I mean, it's like, it's hard.
And I know this stuff.
It's a hard question to answer.
Right.
Because,
And then this is crazy. He think that's funny. He's sitting up there laughing, teeth showing. That's a hard question to answer. This man is an idiot.
and it had nothing to do with this disappearance.
Right.
But, like, I don't even want to think about, like, if you're asking me, like, how I would do it. Like,
Anyone. Like, how
anyone do it.
would anyone cause someone else's disappearance?
I mean, you would. I said, like,
You could cause someone's disappearance by murdering them.
Yes.
Do you agree with that?
Yes.
So what different physical ways could you cause someone's disappearance through murder? You could stab someone,
Stab
right?
someone, shoot someone, hit them with a blunt object.
Let me move this over. They're talking about the causes you can make somebody disappear. Cautious not to mention actual causes of death. So the actual causes of death of Shanann was strangulation, and the actual cause of death to the kids was smotheration. And he's being sure he's not mentioning any of those causes.
What is there? I mean, use a weapon, like gun or a knife. I mean,
Okay.
you could.
You could smother someone.
Smother someone,
You could strangle someone.
hang someone. I mean, yeah, you can, all that kind of things. I mean, it's hard to even think about that kind of stuff right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now all of a sudden she names the what he did, and now all of a sudden it's so hard to think about that right now, stuttering and all.
You could strangle someone. You could drown someone.
Yeah.
You could shock someone to death. You could burn someone alive. What other ways can you think of?
As far as like lure them into a trap, I guess.
What do you mean? What?
Like, like have somebody waiting like around the corner and like,
Sure.
Okay, following answers: hit by a car, kidnapped, locked in a room, poisoned, beaten into a coma. Okay.
They're in a coma.
Sure. So if I ask you that question on the test, Chris, are you gonna have any issue with that? About you physically causing
going through every single one of those?
Yeah, like that would be a way you could cause someone's disappearance.
Okay. No, I can definitely, I can pass. I mean,
You could murder them, you could kidnap them, you could take them to another country, you could, bury them in your backyard, you could do a million things.
Yeah.
As far as trying to conceal them.
Yeah.
Right? So that no one could find them.
Yes.
Because at this point, she's gone.
Yeah.
So when I ask you the question on the test, I'm not asking you about guilt. I'm not asking you about, did you make her feel so horrible that she ended up leaving? I'm saying that you were the one that physically caused her to disappear.
Yep.
Either by murder, kidnapping, all of those other things that we went through, okay?
You want me to list all those?
No.
Okay.
You're just going to say no to that question.
Okay.
Right. When I ask you if you physically caused Shanann's disappearance, your answer should be what?
No.
Right. So do you have any issues with that at all, and
No.
or have any question about what I would mean when I was?
No,
would be
that's
asking
totally,
this?
I just going through all those that, that's
Right.
a lot to really think about.
Right. But
Trying to figure out, that was.
Here you go.
I'm gonna have you take a bathroom break. We've been in here quite a while.
Come on, thank you.
You're going to be taking what's called a directed lie polygraph. So what that means is there are going to be questions on the test where I want you to lie. I know it seems kind of weird, but you're going to know which questions these are, and they're going to be easy to answer. They're all going to start with before 2018.
The directed lie test has 3 types of questions. Known truth questions. These are easy questions to answer, such as, are you sitting down? Or, are you wearing shoes? They serve 2 purposes. The first purpose is to provide a baseline reading for when the subject is telling the truth, and should elicit very little bodily responses. The second purpose is to disconnect the examinee's thought patterns between each question as a means for resetting their cerebration for a more accurate reading. Control questions. These are what the polygrapher just explained to Chris. Whenever she says, before 2018, at the start of a question, Chris will know he is purposely supposed to lie. Each of these questions are deliberately constructed that all answers will be responded with no. Relevant questions. These relate specifically to the crime being investigated, and the examinee will know that they are supposed to respond truthfully. A guilty subject will show a much stronger reaction to the relevant questions than to the control questions, even though they will be lying on both of them. This is due to the immediate threat posed by the relevant questions.
So I'm going to say before 2018, did you ever lose your temper with someone you cared about? And you're going to say,
No.
because you're telling a
Lie.
Awesome.
It say polygrapher then conducts a mock test. Chris is told to lie on the number 3 question.
The test is about to begin. Please remain still. Did you write the number 1?
No.
Did you write the number 3?
No.
Did you write the number 5?
No.
This portion of the test is complete. Please remain still while I take the instrument out of operation. Okay, you can relax. And feel.
This is the last time the polygrapher will have any correspondence with Chris before the real test begins. She gives him an initial compliment in a reassuring tone.
You did great.
That was,
You remembered to lie and everything. That was awesome.
I don't see him smiling no more. Where's his smile at?
This momentary boost in his confidence is then abruptly ripped away as he receives the following information.
So, you obviously are a really bad liar. Have people told you that before? Like, the second you tell a lie, like, they can tell, like, on your face that... Because the second you lied to the number 3, like, I don't know if you heard me clicking, but I had, like, turned down the sensitivity because you were starting to go off the page. So that is what I need to see as the polygrapher, because that tells me that you know it's wrong to tell a lie.
Yep.
And you're actually having a significant reaction when you lie. So that is awesome. So thank you for being a horrible liar. No, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. We don't want to be good liars. So
No teeth no more.
Liar. And that just shows me that, obviously on the test when they're asking, significant stuff about your wife, if you're lying to that, it's going to be even 10 times more amplified. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much, more than you know. So that was awesome.
He ain't laughing no more.
And the coolest thing about this is right now, there's only one person in this room that knows what the truth is. And in about 5 minutes, there's going to be 2 of us. So that's the coolest part, okay? And then
Oh, I love that, baby. She said only one of us know the truth. And in about 5 minutes, both of us would know. Oh, I love that. Chris done showed his teeth on the news. He done showed his teeth in this interrogation the last few times. But when it come down to it, this lie, I ain't seen no teeth yet. He know what time it is.
Share that with them out there. There's going to be 2 of us, so that's the coolest part, okay? And then I can go share that with them out there, okay?
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Let's do it.
The test is about to begin. Please remain still. Do you understand I will only ask you the questions we have discussed?
Yes.
Regarding Shanann's disappearance, do you intend to answer all of the questions truthfully?
Yes.
Is your first name Christopher?
Yes.
Before 2018, did you ever lose your temper with someone you cared about?
No.
Did you physically cause Shanann's disappearance?
No.
Were you born in 1985?
Yes.
Before 2018, did you ever say anything out of anger to a loved one?
No.
Are you lying about the last time you saw Shanann?
No.
Are you now in the state of Colorado?
Yes.
Before 2018, have you ever wanted to hurt someone to get even with them?
No.
Do you know where Shanann is now?
No.
This portion of the test is complete. Please remain still while I take the answer.
I wonder, they're like shortening this film. I'll have to go back and watch the full interrogation, no pausing, because it seemed like on the questions that we know he's lying on, she gives a pause. So I want to know if she actually gives that pause or if it's just them fast forwarding the video. Like, does she pause? Because she's like, oh my gosh, he's lying.
Out of operation. All right, how'd you feel? Same as all of it?
I think it was the same to everything.
For ya. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, and right here it says that Chris watches a video of his kids' final interaction with his phone. Look at that. Final interaction with his phone. This is so funny. And he sits up there and watches a video of his kids. This man is a complete psychopath, in my opinion. Okay? And he knows that he's been watched. He's just doing this to make himself look like he cares.
Oh my gosh, I did forget part of it, didn't I? So I brought Graham in here because we want to talk to you about the results, okay?
Sure.
So, it was completely clear that you were not honest during the testing, and I think you already know that. You did not pass the polygraph test.
Okay.
Okay, so now we need to talk about.
I like how she got straight down to it. We not about to play with you. Listen, you already know that you was lying on this test. What's up?
Actually happened. I feel like you're probably ready to do that.
I didn't lie to you on that polygraph, I promise. Chris, I know stuff.
I love that. Chris sits there and he tells her, I did not lie to you on that polygraph. And this detective, that man he's over it. Because he already told Chris what he feel. And while Chris is sitting there saying that detective he's irritable. Look at him, he doing this. And he says, Chris, stop. Stop. My thing is, he can tell Chris is a beta man. And he can tell Chris is a coward and he's a child. And he's talking to him at that same manner.
Let
me rewind it.
Chris, I know stuff. It's time. Just stop for a minute. Take a deep breath. I want you to take a deep breath right now.
That's crazy. End of part 2, y'all. End of part 2. Listen. He said, Chris, stop it. Because sometimes people ain't about to be playing with you. Like, stop playing with me. That man's sick of you playing with him. You been playing with this man yesterday and today, too. We ain't about to do that today. Lord, not passing that polygraph kind of, it's the nail in the coffin. He ain't got it for Chris today. He not playing today. But y'all, like I said, I think this is a 3 parts or 4 parts. But next week, I'm going to come with part 3. That was really interesting. It's crazy going from part to part. Like JCS, I like how they kind of gave a synopsis of the video, y'all. Please do not forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel. If you guys want to see me cover any other content, leave that down below in my comments. Because listen, you guys are my sensational sinners. Y'all my people. Whatever y'all want me to cover, I'm going to put it in there. And y'all have been suggesting some good stories. And I'm going to get to them. Just like I said I would, because I do respond to y'all. But leave that down below in the comments, or you guys can hit me up. My contact information is in the description. Please do not forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, you guys. Until next time, you guys stay out of trouble. And remember, pour me some wine. I'm watching true crime. Bye, y'all.